It's been, unfortunately, another extremely wet night, carrying into yet another wet day across the Mid North Coast and the Northern Hunter, which of course are the districts which have been hit hardest by this prolonged rain event. A couple of weather stations have picked up another 300 millimetres of rain in the past 24 hours, and that takes some locations up to 500 or 600 millimetres for the week so far, which is an incredible amount of rain any time of year, anywhere in the country. That is going to cause significant flooding issues, and of course we have seen those issues really rearing up over the past couple of days. It is still wet today, but what we're seeing on the radar imagery at the moment is the intensity of the rain is starting to ease. So it is likely to rain for several more hours, but those rainfall accumulations will just start to slow down a little bit through the course of the day on Thursday, and then really be winding back on Friday. Much of the wettest areas in the northeast of the state will see the worst of their rain today, much drier from tomorrow onwards.
Yeah, Angus, this is an extraordinary amount of rain. Can you give us a sense of the weather system that is behind this?
Yeah, it's quite a remarkable one, because if you look at it on a weather map, the actual system which is causing all this rainfall doesn't look particularly threatening. It's what we call a coastal trough, which is quite common across the east coast of the country, but it's had a couple of things working for it which have really ramped up those rainfall numbers over the past few days. Firstly, the air that's getting drawn into the east coast is very humid. There's a lot of moisture in that air available to rain if the atmosphere is all set up correctly. And secondly, it just has not moved. Since about Monday, it's been sat in the same place, which means that it has rained day after day after day this week. If it had only been one day and then it had gone, we would have seen some minor or moderate flooding, but it wouldn't have been too bad. But 4 days in a row of this amount of rainfall, and we see this significant, extensive, widespread and major flood event happening in front of our eyes. So there are a number of major flood warnings around, so I might not have them all off the top of my head, but a couple of really key ones that we're looking at the moment around Port Macquarie and Tauranga, the Nambucca River, the Hastings River and the Manning River. And a little bit further south down towards Newcastle, we've also got the Patterson and the Wollombi River. There's also a moderate in place for the Hunter River, pretty major river through that area. And there are a few more major flood warnings in between all of that. But essentially all the rivers near or north of Newcastle, right up towards Port Macquarie, Coffs Harbour, all the rivers around that area are going to be running high at the moment, many of them seeing major flooding.
The area of most concern today in terms of rainfall, where are the warnings?
So for today, the area of most concern continues to be the Mid North Coast and perhaps northern parts of the Hunter area. It's going to be another very wet day today. We could see a further widespread 100 millimetres across the Mid North Coast, isolated spots getting between 200 and 300 on top of the rain they saw yesterday and, as you say, the last several days. So it continues to be the Mid North Coast for Thursday, which is the main area of concern. That is where we're currently seeing most of our major flooding. Same thing through the northern parts of the Hunter. There will be a gradual shift in the rain through the second half of the day today. It's going to slide southwards and start to weaken away. So that means tomorrow the focus shifts south, but there will be less rain tomorrow. So today is the last really nasty, really wet day for those worst hit areas, and it should be drying up from tonight onwards.